Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Dennis. So this week we're going to talk about AMD products, specifically GPUs or graphics cards. So I haven't bought a graphics card from AMD in quite a long time. But with the NVIDIA fiasco, I thought, you know what, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to just go get one of their products and test it out. But first I'm going to try using one of their older products, which I know still works pretty good. It is an AMD card from a long time ago, and I'm going to try it out and try their new software. So I thought, in case you're on the fence and you're not sure either, let's go through the software a little bit, see what it has to offer, and see if that helps you make your decision. Because NVIDIA's got their software pretty well in place, and it's only improving, but AMD stepped up their game a lot too. So let's have a look. Okay, so on your screen, in order to get the software to come up, now let's, of course, if you've already got the software installed. If you don't, all you have to do is go to amd.com and you'll be able to find it there. It's very easy to find. Maybe I'll go into that here in a little bit just to show you. But if you put the graphics card in your system, Windows will automatically give you a generic one to use. But in the meantime, if you've already got it, we're going to go through it. And I will show you in a little bit here how to get that software if you don't have it or you've lost your driver or whatever it might be. So to get it, if you already got it installed, right click on your screen. It's going to come up right here. Okay, so left click on it and everything comes up. It's going to give you all the new screens, all the new games rather, that are out there that are available for you to play. Give a try to. Of course, you can go browse games, which I don't have any on here right now. Current version up here, so 20.91, which is the most released up-to-date version, and it tells you that over here. Okay, if you have an external device like your mobile phone or any other devices, it'll be here. And of course, you can click Manage Devices to control all that. Down here, it's going to give you the name of your processor, which is mine is actually in the 7900 series. And of course the Ryzen 3 3100 processor. So over here you can go launch a game if you have games, and down here you've got media. Now the cool thing about this is you can take a screenshot of what is on your screen at any point in time with this program. You can do an instant replay from it. You can create an instant GIF. So if you're watching your favorite YouTuber, maybe me, you can create an instant GIF for any time I might happen to maybe screw up, because we know you're not going to do it for a normal thing. And of course, record a video. So of course you can see this is Control Shift E, but if you click on it, and I'm going to do that right now, it'll start. Automatically starts as soon as, and then you can click stop to stop the recording. You can set up your microphone here. And of course, if you have a webcam, which I don't have at the moment, you can choose that. And you can even have some functions for your mouse. All right, just some things to point out. So I'm going to stop the recording here. And it will show up here and it'll tell you where it's going to, all that kind of good stuff. But we're not going to need that right now. What about other things? So first, performance. It's going to show you what your GPU is performing at. It was at 15%. Now I just stopped it. It's not really doing anything. Your VRAM, okay, so this is for the motherboard, of course. Shows you what percentage it's running at. Okay, you can get all the kind of specs and everything, which is always good to know for people that really want to know and get into checking that stuff out. CPU is only running at 2-3%, okay, because we're not really doing anything yet. And our RAM is at 26%, right? All good things to check out. You can choose metrics overlay. So if you click this on, you have all kinds of other features you can check out up here. Okay, GB utility. All right, so just more things you can have a look at. I'll leave it off for now. You can go tuning. So you can go in here and change some things up. So you want to change your fan tuning. You want to make it more fan to cool it off more. You want to check out your temperatures. How hot is the card running at? Again, the VRAM, clock speed, and clock speed that you're running at, which is obviously not overclocked or anything like that. But you could start going in here and you could make some changes. Sorry, not right there. But you can go in and let's go to advisors. So if you have games in here, you can go to eSports. So I'm going to go in here right quick. So it says for competitive gamers where every millisecond counts. Okay, we'll select the best settings to give you the extra edge in your gaming. So you can see global graphics. So this is where you can go in and you can tune it a little bit. All right, you can go and just there's other settings here you can play with as well. Okay, so something that I enable is Radeon anti-lag. I do believe it's on by default, but if it's not, make sure that's turned on. The Radeon chill, okay, it conserves power, can reduce heat, and sometimes it'll reduce your frame rate. So if you're using that, maybe you want to turn that off just to get an extra couple frames in whatever game you might happen to be playing in. Your image sharpening, of course, want that on. There are some benefits to turning it off, but I'm just not going to get into that. This is just a very brief video. And sharpness, of course. Usually it sets at 80%. If you need more, you can just slide it up or back, whatever you want to do. Okay. Radeon Enhanced Sync, of course, is an alternative to VSync mode that minimizes visual tearing and lag. Okay. So it won't limit your frame rate, and it works with both FreeSync, and you can fix your refresh rate like in my case where the graphics card is a little bit older. You don't need it to be 140 FPS. You're happy to run it at 60 so it can run the game, and that's what you go ahead and do. Simple. And of course, vertical refresh, which is sync or VSync, synchronizes by the transition. Okay, so wait for vertical refresh. Okay, so vertical refresh is sync or VSync, synchronizes the transition to a new frame or animation with the display update. So no seam or tearing is visible between frames. And it caps the frame rate at the display's refresh rate. So just keep that in mind. We're going to go to the advanced. Let's have a look. What else do we have? All right. So anti-aliasing. So basically, you're going to be able to go in, change your textures, change like pretty much anything you want. And if you don't know what it is, you hold your mouse over it. Okay, and it's going to tell you. So anti-aliasing smooths object edges to reduce stair-step artifacts, or jaggies they commonly are referred to. But it's at a cost of some performance. So you can decide whether you want to do that or set it up. Morphological anti-aliasing, there's a mouthful. Basically kind of the same thing, but with minimal performance overhead, and it doesn't affect any DirectX 12 or Vulkan applications. Okay, I'm not going to go through them all, but like tessellation is a big one. A lot of people like to either turn on or turn off, and basically it specifies how the driver interacts with the settings in the game. All right, so depending on how you have it on or off, could depend on the gameplay. All right, OpenGL triple buffering. Okay, so that's an alternate to VSync mode, and it's for exclusively for OpenGL applications. So probably you could turn that on. I don't really know. I haven't had an AMD card in a very, very long time. But up atop here, I want to point out all these things. This is all under eSports. So you can go System, see all your information. All right, graphics. Okay, that's where we were just at. Display. Okay, so what's your display set at? What's your AMD FreeSync, GPU scaling, all this stuff. You want to change your brightness, your contrast, saturation. So if something's not showing up in the game just right, you want to change it, that's where you're going to go. Okay, so your video, it's set at default. So you can set it to whatever one. I used to like to have it on in either Classic Cinema or Vivid. That used to be the one that worked for me. I'm going to change it to Vivid right now. Simple as that. Just move and click. You can have a demo mode, so which will let you see a side-by-side comparison, whether it's disabled or enabled. So I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, let's move to hotkeys. So here you can set up different hotkeys for different things you're doing. So if you got media hotkeys for like when you're recording your screen or taking screenshots, all that kind of good stuff, and recording. Okay, so you want to do push to talk, you can use your middle mouse button, and of course when you're streaming. It's all software set up, so if you want to stream or you just want to record your gameplay,
whatever you want to do, this is able to do it for you. I know NVIDIA does it too. I don't know if it is as in-depth as this. I never really seemed to think it was. But you can go to accounts. So if you got a Facebook account, you can add any of these up. You can add your YouTube account, your Twitch account if you have one, all that kind of good stuff. So devices, if you have any connected, they're all in here. You can go in, play around. You can enable AMD Link server, okay? And of course, general, which takes you to some other important information. So let's just have a look. Instant replay. So this will save your last gaming moment of a video. So maybe you just won that game and you want to show it off to the world. Well, guess what? You can use that to do it. Instant replay, kind of along the same line. Okay, all this stuff here. You can do an instant GIF, so it saves your last gameplay moment. Okay, so you can put that on your screen and show all your friends. Whatever you happen to want to do. You can change your audio capture device. So right now I'm using a microphone, but if I wanted to change it to something else, I could certainly go in here and do that. Okay, lots of options. And of course, you have to have something on your system before you can take advantage of that. Okay, if you want to record your desktop, right now it's set to enabled, but I could turn it off if I wanted to. Have an indicator to be shown. Now, you might want to turn that on because then it will show where your mouse is moving to, I believe. So let's just try that and see. Well, I can't try it. I actually have to do a recording. Never mind, we're not going to do that. Okay, you can have a borderless region capture. So basically, you can make sure it captures everything, or you can capture specific areas of your screen, whatever you want to happen to do. So looking at a recording profile, ours is set at high, in-game for recording. It'll show our FPS. So you don't have to have these on. You can change it to 30 or whatever option it provides. This is your video encoding, so it's set at AVC, and that's your only option right now. Now, your video bit rate, I'm just, like I say, I'm just taking you through, showing you some of the stuff that's available for your live streaming, for your recording, all that kind of good stuff. Moving over to the right-hand side, we're going to be able to see our metrics, okay, transparency, text colors, all right, game streaming, all our preferences of what we're choosing or what we have chosen or what was set by default, which is most of it, right? So if we go back to gaming here, okay, we can go to media, like I say, do all your media captures, and you can even check on compatibility. So it says it didn't find any games on my system, which of course it doesn't right now. If it did, and there was a game that didn't want to play, or you needed to make a change, you'd be able to at least have some information to be able to do that. Streaming, you have an actual game streaming. Everything's all built in. You can, like I say, pick a certain region, or you can pick the entire screen. It's up to you what you want to choose. Pick your microphone, push to talk if you want to use the middle button. It's disabled right now, but I probably would have that enabled if I wanted to, or just have a mic on a headset. Depends on how you want to do it. All right, so you can add scenes. Like if you want to add something, you're going to walk away, or you just want like maybe a green screen or something similar to that. Okay, and it even has a built-in scene editor. So after you've done all your recording, you can go in here, you do some minor changes. I don't recommend this for actually doing all the editing, but it might get you by for at least a little while. All right, so I'm going to go back here and we're going to go to performance. All right, so we show you this again. We did the tuning and we did advisors. So in the advisors, you can change your power settings as well. Okay, just in case that's something you're interested in. And of course, gaming. But that's for those gamers who just want to play games and don't want to worry about your settings and all that kind of good stuff. Esports is more for the more intense user. And of course, just your standard. All right, just little things I want to point out. So let's move to the far right on the top. What are these? So this is your sidebar, your settings. So if you click on here, like I say, it's going to show you all the stuff I basically showed you before, but it's just a quicker way to get there. All right. And if you have any notifications, like if you have an update for the game, it'll show up right here. It doesn't matter what screen you're on, that is going to show up either here or on top. And then it'll say there's a new update available or whatever it might be. Okay, if you want to go to a website and get their information, you can go in here, English, US, Germany, Chinese, whatever you want, or you can simply choose. Well, it's even got a launch bug report tool. So if you find something's not working and you want to send it to them and let them know, you can do that up here. If you have any questions, you can go to Radeon Software Help Center. Actually, I'm going to go there because I think that's where our software could be setting if we need to go to it right quick. And there you go. So that little tool right here takes you to get your software. Now, of course, that's like I say, if your software is already installed. So any information you want to find out, it's all going to be in here. How to configure your Radeon, installing it, all that kind of good stuff. But if you didn't, all you have to do is take this first part, go amd.com, English support, or whatever your language is, and support, and just stop at the support. And then that'll take you there, and then you'll be able to find all of what you're looking for. Software downloaded, get it all going. And of course, once you've got it, you can go in here and go drivers and support. And this is the page you're actually going to get to when you want to download it, when you're on the website. So like I said, amd.com and your language and support, and it's all right here. So you can click download now, and it's going to auto detect and do all kind of good stuff. Or you can go down here and you can select whatever one you're using. So they're all in here, the R7 series, R9, whatever it happens to be. Okay, you can even do chipsets. I've done a video on that. You can check it out if you want. And all that information's in here, and it helps you with your product. So you can just close this. I believe I can close that. Oh, okay, that's your sidebar. So that just condenses your screen. So I'm just going to close this to get out of it, go back to our home button, and we're back where we started. If an update comes available, it'll show up here. And of course, if you're not using it, well, that's it. You can click on all these different games to get a demo of them, and that pretty much covers all that I can think of at the moment. If you have questions, things you want to know, or you want me to try out for you, well, I'm using an old graphics card, so if I bust it, it doesn't really matter too much to me. I will give it a try. So let me know.
All right, everybody, so that's the video. I know I went over it pretty fast. Nothing really in depth, but that's not really what it was about. I just wanted to show you the software, show you some of the features it has, like the ability to record your desktop, which saves you some money instead of going out and buying a program. NVIDIA has that. It works okay. I didn't find it the best. I find this was way, way better. Of course, then you could always get a program I use as well called Snagit from TechSmith, just in case you're wondering. It's a very good price. They're not sponsoring them, but I use them a lot, and I find it really great. So anyway, back to the what I'm talking about here. So the video itself talks about all the software, recording, all how to set it up. I didn't go in depth on like how to overclock or anything like that. It's not really terribly difficult to do. Basically, it has a slider. You can go in and look it up to what you think that specific graphics card is best run at, and you can just move the slider till you get what you want it to be at. Overclock your card to the safe settings, and get more performance out of it. Like that graphics card is pretty old. It's quite a few years old actually, and it still works like a top. So just something to keep in mind. And so that's basically it. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. If you like it, hit the video. If you like the video, hit that like. If you don't, you know what to do. Leave me a comment. If you're new here, think about subscribing. Hit that bell for future notifications to see videos as they come up. And thanks again for watching. Next time, we'll see what else we can come up with. Give me a comment if you got something in mind you'd really like to see. And if I'm able to, I'll bring it to you. All right, until then, have a good day. Bye-bye.